Hello everyone or someone. Well, I'm here today with another video, and today I will talk about how I started to meditate, like my different seasons in meditation. I started to meditate like few years ago. I will start from the very beginning, and my very beginning in meditation was I didn't know what meditation was. My friends, when we were at uni, they started to talk about meditation, but they talk about putting your mind in blank or white. In Spanish is blanco. So nothing in your mind. And for me, that was impossible. How do you put or how do you make like there is nothing in your mind? I tried to do it because when you are young, when you are old as well, but mostly when you are young, you try to fit in your group and you do whatever the other people are doing. I was that kind of people, like that kind of person without my own personality. That still today I'm trying to figure it out what is my personality or who I am. I'm in that journey. So at the beginning I couldn't meditate, but I couldn't put my mind in blank. I started to listen some meditations in YouTube, and that was easier, though I didn't like it at all. I didn't find the enjoyment in meditation, and I wasn't seeing any positive result nor negative neither, because I was in that environment of being present and that kind of things. I did it more because I have been always emotional, so that was a way that sometimes I could control my emotions. So after that, I had moments like years without meditate, and after I came back to meditate, generally I came back to meditate, or I started to meditate again in moments that I was in a crisis or very sad or low. Yes, after I remember I started to meditate in Australia when I was traveling around Australia. I had my car and I was by myself. I was trying to find my path or find what I should do, and I didn't know what to do. I knew that I was in Australia. I didn't want to leave Australia, but I didn't know what to do. So I was traveling around with the excuse of finding a job from one part of the country to the other end of the country. So I had 3,000 kilometers to travel by myself. And seeing that situation from this perspective of today, I think I was looking for excuses to don't go deeper. However, in that trip or in those trips, I was doing some yoga and I started to meditate again, and always, because I couldn't put my mind on blank, was using guided meditations of YouTube, and that took me or make me imagine that I'm next to a river or in a forest or in a mountain or in a beach, like very beautiful places. And well, I was following the meditation, and after that I felt better. I remember before that trip, now I'm remembering, before that trip I was in Townsville, that is in Queensland in Australia. I couldn't speak in English, and I met a guy, a Canadian guy, and he was very hippie. I would say we have to put the title. He liked it to walk naked. He didn't have shoes, that kind of thing. He was very nice, very calm, and in the moment I was very out, like very emotional, like anything that happened, my emotions went up, but intense, an intense person. And also I was feminist, so I was very angry. I don't mean that every feminist is angry, but I think that every angry person could end up in a group, in an extreme group, that in my case was feminism. So well, I met this guy and he was very kind, and calm. And I remember I was trying to get a job. I couldn't speak in English, so it wasn't easy. This guy, when I was stressed or I was feeling stressed, and he told me, "Do you come? We can go to meditate." And I don't know how to meditate. Yes, but I teach you, like I show you. So we went. We were in a hostel, and we went out of the hostel, and it was kind of a channel in front of the hostel, like a irrigation channel or something like that, or a river, I don't know, something with water. And we sit in kind of a park. He covered both of us with a material, I don't know how to say, like a material, yeah, kind of a clothes, that those ones that you put around your neck when it's cold or something, or you cover your shoulders. And he covered both of us because it was kind of windy. And he said, "You just close your eyes and breathe and focus in breathing." So I did that, or I tried. And I remember that I had thoughts about, for example, is he already with his eyes open? So I opened my eyes to see him, what he was doing, like that. And he was still with his eyes closed. So I keep going and focusing on the breathing. And after a few minutes, I opened my eyes. And after he opened his eyes, and it was dark already, we went at evening, so it was like the sun was going down, and it was kind of the sunset time. And I felt better, I felt calmer, and he advised me to go to a silent retreat that I never went. I tried to go a lot of times, but I didn't go yet. I haven't done it yet. So yes, after that, 1 year ago, I met, not in person, on YouTube, Sam Harris, that is a neuroscientist. But when he was younger, he went to a lot of retreats and did a lot of meditation. So he has an app that is Waking Up, the app. He has a lot of meditations there. I haven't subscribed to that app, but I have listened to his meditations in YouTube. He just, instead of imagining things, of changing where you are, he talks a lot about being conscious, being self-aware. In his meditations, he helps tell you to close your eyes and focus. It's like kind of vipassana meditation. So you focus in something in particular, and for example, in breathing. So the idea is that you breathe and you feel the breath, the air coming inside your nose here, going out, and you focus your attention around here. So, and it's very small, the feeling is not like someone punching you, but you make the effort to focus in that, and that help you to meditate. And with his meditations, I improved a lot. That was last year. I could meditate with following his voice, but focusing in my present. I could meditate 1 hour. That was amazing. But I don't remember if I was changing my legs of place or not. This year, I was meditating after we broke up with my ex. I left Australia and I was in Bali, and I wasn't in a moment, I didn't have energy. I just wanted to be in the bed, but I was trying to push myself as well to improve, because I didn't want to stay in bed while I was in Bali and in my life. Like, I don't want to be there, because I knew that I was like going in a depressed mood, and I didn't want. I reckon if you are watching this video, probably you have been in that situation, maybe, and you know that it's not under your control, but you always have something that you can change where you are. You can push a little bit yourself. So what I started to do, because I couldn't sleep at night, now my legs are getting sleepy, and my foot, so I'm stretching them. I couldn't sleep at night with all the thoughts and the guilt of where I was, of the end of my relationship, of not knowing where I was going. I couldn't sleep. It was like 3 a.m. and I was like that in bed. So what I started to do is I started to listen guided meditations from YouTube, and also trying to listen guided meditations that help to rewire your brain. And that means that those meditations, like say, they help you to think words that are positive. Maybe you are in a very negative mood, or your beliefs are negative, so to help you to change those beliefs, those meditations tell you sentences. For example, I'm strong, I can do it. I don't know, they don't say exactly like that, but something like that. So I was listening to or grateful meditation. So you focus in what you are grateful for, because although you are in the worst space, the worst situation, always there is something to be grateful. For example, I don't know, breathing, being alive. You will say, if you are in a bad moment, you will say, but I don't want to be alive, and I have been in those shoes. But although maybe you don't want to be alive, you are alive. You can do something with that. And although you don't know what to do, you can think what to do, and you can see the sky and say, oh, it's a beautiful sky. Or you can see a plant and say, such a beautiful plant. Or look how it's growing, or look that flower how it's moving. Depends on where is the sun. Look, nature is amazing what it's doing. And just paying attention to small things. Or I don't know, for example, I had something with the ants in my trip in Bali, because Bali is full of ants, and because people are generally Buddhist. No, sorry, they are not Buddhist. They are generally Hinduist. They don't kill, well, Buddhist as well, I think they don't kill animals or nothing. They are not going to kill the ants generally, and the ants could be everywhere. They are red, they are big, and I'm kind of that people, or I was, but I am as well. Like if for example, I'm living in a place and the ants are there and inside, and I have a massive garden outside, it's like, come on, ants, go outside. Like, I'm living here. You can go and live in the garden and you will be alright. So sometimes I talk with ants and ask them to go. If the ants don't go, I kill them. Sorry, but I do that. In Bali, I didn't have something to kill the ants, and I didn't want to go to disrupt the belief of people of the places where I was staying. So I tried to adapt, and it's like, okay, you ants are here, stay there, I'm staying inside, please don't come. And I started to see the ants, how they work together, how they communicate. I was learning about them. They help each other. If there is one that is hurt, the other ants go and help her or him to survive or to move. Or if some of the ants is helping that ant that is ill, the other ones come and help as well. Or I don't know, they work each other together. I like that. And if you don't have anything in your life to be grateful, you say, no, I don't have anything and everything is bad in my life. Look, have a look the ants. Like, it's stupid things like that, like small things that wherever you are, you can find something to watch and to enjoy it or be grateful for. For example, the ants, they are not helping me, but they are showing me I'm grateful because I can see the ants and I can see how is work together with other people. Maybe when I went to do the self-retreat in the temple here in Thailand, that is around Pattaya, the south of Bangkok, I started to try to meditate without meditation, without listening a meditation. It was just me. I was trying to focus in my breathing because it was the only meditation that I knew that you focus in something. There are another one in Vipassana that I think you focus in starting your head and focusing in the sensations. In the sensations of your head, after like all your head, you go to here, you go to your eyes, you go to your nose, you go to your mouth, you go to your cheek, you go to your neck, and like that all your body until your foot, and after you start again from the bottom. That is another kind of meditation. But well, I was trying to focus in my breathing, and No. And the most painful or annoying thing that I couldn't control was the pain of my legs. I couldn't stay because although I was meditating, but I was with something that was guiding me, that it was a video, guiding me to meditate. But when I removed that and I was there with my thoughts and trying to focus in one object, that it was the breath thing, my body started to be very painful. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to meditating, and my legs and my foot were like that, so painful. When I finished to meditate, it was also painful to try to stand up or to start to walk. That when I was meditating, I was already thinking in the pain that I was going to have when I finished to meditate, that I didn't want to get to that point of pain. So I was trying, or my mind was pushing me to finish the meditation even before the pain started, so, because I don't want to feel that pain. And that is what the mind does all the time with every aspect of our life. It's like sometimes with relationship, we say I want to meditate, but when I was meditating, I don't want that pain, so I need to finish now. And when I finish, I look the clock and it was like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It's the same with relationships. I want a relationship. And after, when that person, the other person that you like appears, it's like you find an excuse to leave that relationship or don't meet that person deeply because you are scared of the pain that relationship could cause. The same with dream job or a business. I really want to have that business. I really want to be a businesswoman. And then when I have the opportunity, or I'm starting to think about the idea to develop that idea, my brain say no, because you will lose all your money and this is not going to work. So before being in the pain of this not working, I need to stop here. Everything all is the same pattern. The brain does the same always, or the mind. I started the solution, or my process to start to meditate more or longer, was when those thoughts appeared. I tried to recognize the thought before even this. I learned from the book of the monk who wrote a lot of books, and I read some in the temple. He said, before end the meditation, before open your eyes, try to be self-aware of that decision. I got to the point that before acting for impulse, like I don't want to be here, I don't want this pain, so I was more self-aware and I could see the thought and listen to the thought of I don't want to be to that pain, I need to finish now, and I push myself, no, I don't need to finish now, I can continue because I will be alright. Second thing is being mindful. How do you become more mindful so you can see those thoughts while you are meditating or while you are living your life? One of the ways that I have learned in the self-retreat was repeat the word Buddha or Buddha the whole time, and trying to be mindful the whole day from the moment that you wake up and you open your eyes. So you wake up, you open your eyes, and you start to say Buddha, 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 or Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Focus in the word Buddha. You are brushing your teeth, Buddha, Buddha. I'm not going to do that sign. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. You are deciding your clothes. Okay, decide what is a clothes that you will wear, and after continue Buddha, 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 Buddha. You walk, Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. You check your foot, you walk, and you become more mindful with the practice. With time, be patient. And don't be angry with yourself if you are not mindful, kind with yourself. But push yourself, as I said in previous videos. Be kind doesn't mean that you don't push yourself to be better and to improve. Another situation that can help you, or it helped me at least, it's to keep going the most that you can. What I'm doing lately, and it's helping me to get to 40 minutes meditation, is saying, okay, 10 more breathings, or 10 more Buddhas, or you can say whatever, but put an excuse to have the control. You have the control of when to end the meditation. So you are controlling your mind, not your mind is controlling you. And other solution when you finally finish to meditate is move your feet, your foot very slowly. Don't try to stand up straight away. Don't try to put your foot in and go walking or go to the toilet. No, take few seconds or minutes or a time that you need for moving. So you finish to meditate and you try to move it, and sometimes you can't, and it's okay. Be patient, just breathe there, stretch your legs and start to move, and you are sending the sign to your foot to move. Sometimes your foot is very asleep and doesn't move. It doesn't matter. Stay there doing. If you want, you can change the position and try it very slowly to move it. And while you are doing very slowly, you are not going to have that pain of like very horrible pain when something is sleeping and you are waking up like come on, go to walk. No, the foot doesn't want to go to walk straight away when it has been sleeping. So patient. And those are my advice to start to meditate longer or go from meditating very short time to a little bit longer. And one more thing, an extra, a plus is this. I did it and changed also my perspective. I always use the timer. So I was, for example, putting the timer in 15 minutes, or I started trying to putting the timer in 1 hour, but obviously I was 10 minutes and that's it. I don't want to meditate more. Well, instead of putting the timer, put the control time. Well, if you don't want to control your time, don't control it. Like, I like to control because I can see my progress, and I, for example, today meditated 40 minutes and it's like, oh, amazing, I feel good with myself. I do like in my back. Yes, instead of putting the timer, you put that the control time that is counting the seconds and minutes that you are meditating, and when you finish the timer and you see how long you have been there. Because if you put the timer, this is an advice for the monk that I learned. Nothing of what I'm saying here, I'm a God that learned it and I communicate with God and God told me to tell you this. No, it doesn't exist. But I learned it from the monk, and the monk advice, because, and it's true, if you put the timer for example 10 minutes, probably, or maybe after 10 minutes you could keep going a little bit more, but you are finishing your meditation before. But if you put the control of the time, you keep going and you can push yourself to improve, and every time you will improve a little bit more. And sometimes maybe you are like that and you go improve, and you go down and you go like that and you improve, yeah, like that. Those are my advices. Let me know if I can help you with something, if I can solve some doubts, if you have some questions, and it will be very helpful if you put like and subscribe. That will be amazing. Thank you so much. I hopefully see you next time. Bye.